Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. What a day. What a busy day it has been for us today for football fans in general. It's been a very busy day and I hope you're all doing very, very well.
With MailChimp's marketing smarts,
I've already got 1,600 people watching,
smarts,
which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely superb. I've already got look, I just want to say, 500,000 subscribers on the channel. I mean, magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. I've already told Craig he's a twat because this channel I've been working on for 3 years with Drawty, and he does one fucking stream and knocks it over 500,000 and thinks he's bloody Rod Stewart. But no, it was a good stream, and to be honest, you know what I'm like. I'm not like that. But it's nice to be able to come on for a stream I've been looking forward to, Norwich against Liverpool, and have 500,000 subscribers. So thank you, everybody who gets involved with the channel. Make sure you do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. The road to 1 million maybe one day. Let's wait and see. But we're at 500,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. And a day, and 5 seems to be the number. 5 seems to be the number. 500,000. 5-1. Can Norwich make it 5-0 against Liverpool? I think they've got more chance. I'll tell you what, I think Norwich have got more chance of becoming the capital city of America. They've got no chance. The season starts now. Come on, you red men, says Manav. So it is Liverpool's turn. And look, on a serious note, I love the opening day of the season. Arsenal don't. Crystal Palace don't. Leeds don't. There's got to be a loser when there's a winner. But I always look forward to match of the day on the first Saturday night. I think back to being a young lad on my holidays. Where can we watch match of the day, Dad? And love it. So very, very, very pleased with that. Some shocking results today, but let's start off with, we can get into that. Let's talk about Norwich against Liverpool. Norwich team is Krul, Aarons, Hanley, Gibson, Giannis, Lise Malou, Gilmore, Rupp, Rashika, Pookie and Cantwell. And the Liverpool team is Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Tomiskas, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Milner and Keita, Salah, Jota, Mane. It's not quite the Liverpool team I was expecting. And I tell you what, in my ignorance, I would say, where's Fabinho? Where's Fabinho? Where's Henderson? Where's Thiago? Where's Konate? Well, Fabinho and Konate and Firmino are on the bench. And Thiago is nowhere and neither's Henderson. So people are probably going to tell me they're injured. But I think that opens the door slightly. That opens the door slightly for Norwich in this game because of the lack of a first team for Liverpool. I think their defence, no Andy Robertson as well. Thiago is injured, says Aidan. Curry says that Villa losing to Watford is mental. I know, I was surprised by that. Villa are a team that I've tipped to do quite well, but opening day can be difficult. And you know what? What did I say? During the Manchester United game? I said it and I've been proved right on it. No away team has won apart from Brighton against Burnley. It's been a home day. Now, I don't know what Burnley got wrong, but when I watched Brentford last night, another home win, we have had so far 7. This is the 8th Premier League game. We've had 7 games, 6 home wins, 1 away win. The fans in the ground are making a difference. They're giving the home team a hard-on. I'm sorry, no, they're not. They're giving the home team a real boost. And they're giving the away team a bit of a shock, I would say. I think they're giving them a little bit of a, ooh, what's this all about? This is intimidating. So, yeah, it's interesting in that sense, definitely. But, do I think Norwich can get a result? I mean, I don't think they will. But I must admit, I'm sort of regretting putting Salah captain and not putting Bruno in my team because I don't know how strong this Liverpool side's going to be in this situation. So we'll have to wait and see. But Leicester got a good win. I did have Vardy in my team. In fact, I don't know how I'm doing on my Fancy Premier League. Let me just have a quick look here. Goldbridge Fancy Premier League. Fancy Premier League. Let's have a look. Points. I've got 22. Martinez conceded 3. Targay was shit. Wan-Bissaka didn't get a clean sheet. Sancho got me 1 point. Townsend got me 5. He got an assist. Vardy got me 5. Bamford, I've had a crap week. I've had a really bad week, to be honest. It's not gone well. Yeah, that ain't gone well for me. I dread to say it, but for it to be a good week, I need a Salah madness, really. Yeah. Not the best week. Not the best week. But yeah, I still think Liverpool will win. I'm going to go with Liverpool to win this, and I'm going to say that I don't know what I'm going to say. Actually. I'm going to go... what are you going with in the score predictions? Let me know. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. I don't know what I said before, but I'm going to go 3 Liverpool. Let's pop that out. Okay. I actually feel quite energetic. It's amazing what a massive win for your team can do. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed today. I actually really enjoyed the 12:30 kickoff, just chilling out, player ratings, 3 o'clock kickoffs. It's been a good day, and I hope that this game lives up to the day that we've had so far. Obviously, I'm going to be doing Man City against Spurs tomorrow. And I think that, I think what Liverpool need to do here is go and win. If they can win convincingly, great, but they need to go and win. I think what Chelsea and United have done, and it's only early days, it's only 1 game in, but what they have done is they've sort of gone, look, no slip-ups on the opening day. And I think that that's really important. No slip-ups on the opening day. Palace could have got something out of Chelsea today. Leeds could have got something out of United today. Go win. Go and win. And that's the really important thing. Salah hat-trick. I think most people have got Mo Salah captain, though, so I don't think it's going to be massive. Can't wait for Match of the Day tonight, says Ewan Black. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Do make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on that road to 1 million now. I'm not going to hit it today, but please do subscribe. Do you regret not having Bruno in your fantasy team, says S. Ahmed. And hey, Mark, when will you do your Everton career again, says Leyland Place. I will be back doing my Everton career. It's been busy the last couple of days. I don't really regret not having Bruno in my fantasy team because, as I said last night, for me, it's almost like I don't want to put that pressure on Bruno. I'm like, Bruno, you do your thing. You don't need the pressure from me. Love the 3 o'clock show. Stroke of genius, says Dane Grayson. Yeah, I'll be back next week. When there's a lot of 3 o'clock kickoffs, we'll be doing them. I'm doing next week at 3 o'clock because Craig will be doing Southampton-Liverpool at 12:30, so I'll do that. Salah's his vice captain. I feel bad for Palace. Well, look, the game is about to kick off. I'm just going to get the timer ready. But let's go through. I mean, look, we'll talk about it during the game, obviously. But Chelsea's 3-0 win against Palace. Good win. Obviously, got a bit like United. They know they've got Lukaku in the bank to come into the team. We know that we've got Varane and obviously fully fit Sancho will be back. Will be raring to go. So good win for Chelsea. Get off to a win. You know that they've got players to come in and improve them, especially with Lukaku. I thought that as many of people have said, 2.6 million people have captained Salah, says Ewan Black. There you go. Norwich should have started Pukki, says Dara Hurley. They have. And Mark, Bruno got me 34 points today. How are you doing with your fantasy team? Shit, Ryan Curley. I haven't even got 34 points off my whole team. It's a shit start for me. I might have to make some changes, to be honest with you, because, yeah, it's not a great start. I might make some subs tonight. But look, very surprised. I look forward to watching it on Match of the Day. Very surprised Watford beat Villa. I mean, I thought Villa, look, maybe too many changes, maybe too many players coming in for Villa. Opening day, big crowd at Watford. I mean, look, I don't think people are doing that enough service. Yeah, I think Villa will be a good team, but opening game of the season this season, you want to be at home. As I said it this morning before the games were kicking off. You want to be at home. And you look at that team, El Ghazi, Bendia, Ashley Young, Ings, Nakamba, McGinn. I mean, he didn't start Bailey. He was on the bench. He brought him on with half an hour to go. I don't know what the story is with... who else have they brought in? Trying to think who else they've bought. Twan Sebi was on the bench. But, you know, maybe Villa won't be the surprise package. Maybe they won't do that well. Will Ollie play same team versus Southampton? Says S. Armit. I don't know, mate. Hi, Mark. Paul Ince video was quality from Australia. Yeah, he's back on Monday, Corrie. We'll have his thoughts on the weekend games on Monday with Paul. We'll look forward to that. Newly promoted. Look, I think newly promoted teams are going to be teams that are up for it, of course. But I mean, look, let's see what happens in this game. If we see another game that's close because of a home crowd, then there's definitely method to the mad. I mean, to be honest, I'd be disappointed if there wasn't, really, because we say football's nothing without the fans, and football is nothing without the fans. But if we're going to come up with that, it's a cliche if we don't actually acknowledge that. And my point is very much this. If football is nothing without the fans, then why is my timer not working? That's an interesting one. All right. There we go. If football's nothing without the fans, then surely that means that fans are going to have a massive impact on football. And I think we've seen that because we've had 6 home wins out of 7 Premier League games. And I think, and I don't care whether people think I'm wrong, because I think I'm right, I think fans are having a big impact on this opening game of the season. Because I think that the away team is not used to it, and the home team is inspired by it. So, you know, that's my thoughts on it. Yeah, please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Interested to see how this game's going to go. Look, Norwich have been up before. They got relegated 2 years ago, didn't they? They came up, they played open, they got smashed. In fact, I think their opening day, the season they came up, was Norwich, was Liverpool, and they got banned. Congratulations on 500,000, says Rahul. You love your content. Yeah, thanks everyone. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and join the channel and get involved. Really appreciate that. Just signing off. Dream team today. Had a busy day. Just been working with Drawty, so I'm just saying, take the evening off. You've done well. Watford are the new leads. It's your birthday, Rashid. Well, happy birthday. Big up, Mark. 500k, well deserved. Top bloke. Thanks, Fishers. I would love to take this channel to 1 million subscribers, so please do subscribe and get involved. I really do like this channel. It started off as a bit of a hobby, but I do enjoy it because it's just a nice community. I love United. It's my club. I can't change it. But even today, you win a game, you do your player ratings, and then you've got people messaging you saying you're a fucking knobhead. Your McTominay agenda is ridiculous. I'm like, what? I'm pretty sure I said McTominay played well. And then I'm like, oh, out of context clip as per usual. But, you know, I'm like, United have just won 5-1 and you've got dickheads in your fan base trying to cause arguments. We don't get that on here because it's not club specific. So I do like that's football. It's good. So big shout out to you lot. I'm starving. I don't know what to have tonight. The wife has said you can choose. I went, oh, and what's for dinner? But yeah, I don't know what to have. I don't want fish and chips. It feels a bit too stodgy. I think I'm between an Indian and a Chinese takeaway, but I don't know which one to have. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. So I'll listen to what everyone else is having. I didn't. Beth just said, "Did you captain Bruno?" She know. No, I didn't. Spartans just ordered a Chinese. Yeah, I've gone 3-1 in this game, by the way. I think it'll be interesting. I hope it will anyway. And it's a big... You know what? I detect with some Liverpool fans there may be a sense of trepidation. Because ultimately, you know... They know last season that they were the title holders at this point last year, and it fell apart. And it fell apart because of the defence. And I don't know why I'm doing that, because I agree it fell apart because of the defence. But as I said in my preview, the problem that Liverpool might have and might not have is that, look, we can all have a reason for losing, but when you start to lose, can you just go back to being dominant again, which Liverpool were? And I think for Liverpool, they probably know maybe unfairly, Liverpool probably know they're third favourites behind Chelsea and Man City. They've got to get back to that Liverpool of a couple of years ago. Chernon's got a lovely chicken curry on the way and he can't wait. Have you seen Norwich's Premier League fixtures, says Fiona? I don't think there's a fixture where I won't think Norwich will lose, so I don't think I could say that it's a tough start. I know they've got, I don't know, tell me. I know they've got Arsenal. I know Arsenal's season starts on September the 11th and they play Norwich because they're going to lose every other game. But, yeah, I don't know who they've got. Tom's having a classic steak. Butter chicken is very nice, Tanish. Yes, it is. Please smash a like on the video and share the video. Appreciate that. Just kicking off here at Carrow Road. Norwich against Liverpool. Going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. Get a biryani, Mark. Ask for Kolkata biryani or Hyderabad one. See if you get it there, says Danielle. Sounds quite nice. Oh, back post moves. No. And... Cantwell gets it out. Max Aaron still at Norwich. He's a player that many thought might move on. Chelsea's young centre-back did a madness, says Jake. Do you think he'll still go for Koundé? Tacos with guacamole. I love guacamole, Ashton. I really do like guacamole. Yeah. Breaking news. I like guacamole. Cleared away by Norwich. Corner there. But yeah, Liverpool missing Henderson. Fabinho on the bench. Thiago injured. Wijnaldum's left. So it's a very different midfield for Liverpool. And whilst last year I think that their centre-back issues were well documented, tonight, Yellow Tie, Jim White, Norwich fan. I love the Lotus. I think Lotus is probably one of the best sponsors in the Premier League, by the way. Their Norwich away kit is very nice. But I think Liverpool's midfield is now the question mark. Chamberlain, Keita, Milner. It's not a bad midfield three by any stretch of the imagination, but is it a good one? I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when the world means nothing at all. Tomascus, of course, is playing at left back. No Robertson. Anybody know how long? I was just looking there. Does anybody know how long Robertson is out for? Is it a long time? I don't know. But if anyone knows how long he's out for, whether it's a long injury or not, I don't know. But yeah, interesting. I'd still put Liverpool should win this. Obviously Jota as well. I mean, look, you know what? We could be sleeping on Liverpool, really. Salah, Mane, world class. Van Dijk, world class. Their keeper is world class. All right, Trent's been a bit indifferent. Robertson's injured. They need to sort their midfield out, but I don't know. Thank you very much for the contribution there from Jonathan Mitchell. He says, congratulations on 500,000, Mark. Keep up the great work, mate. Yeah, I'm going to have a beer later. Don't worry about that. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. Let's have a look at Liverpool's start to the season, actually. I mean, I think Liverpool are such an unknown quantity, but if you said to me Liverpool are top of the league at Christmas, I wouldn't be surprised. They've got Burnley next week. I'd fancy them there. Their third game is Chelsea. That's so interesting. 2 weeks tonight. Very excited about that. We'll definitely be doing that as a watch along. They're playing Chelsea at 5:30. That'll be a massive game. You know, and I like that third game vibes. I think that United played Chelsea on the opening day a couple of years ago, and it's like, no, you don't want to be playing a big team on the opening game of the season because it's like no one's warmed up properly. But I think by the third game, Liverpool Chelsea, that'll be That'll be a good game, that. Looking forward to that. So they've got Norwich. You'd expect Liverpool to win tonight. Burnley at home. You'd expect them to win that. And then a big chest. A big chest. We all like a big chest. As long as it's on a woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a big chest if you're a man, but it's just not really my thing. Oh, I tell you what. Remarkable defending there by the Norwich number 4, Gibson. It's a delightful cross here from Liverpool. I think it's Tomiskas. Lovely work by Tomiskas. You'd be loving a bit of this. The cross is fantastic towards Jota, and the defender Gibson does really good. But well done. Well done to the Liverpool left back there. And then Liverpool have got Leeds, Palace and Brentford. So their first 6 games, there's a couple of potential banana skins in there. They could slip up against Chelsea. They could slip up against Leeds. But also, if Liverpool get rocking, over the bar, header, Jota, Krul just tips it over. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Liverpool's fixtures are actually quite good. They tend to have a couple of tough games, then a couple of easier games. So, yeah, Liverpool. I think the start. I think the start has to be fast. Chelsea have started off well. Man United have started off well. We know, everybody knows that Man City are going to be very, very consistent. So it's very important that you start well. Phil B says Liverpool will miss Gini. His availability, durability and possession in the midfield is what made Gini a key player. His absence will be felt. It's interesting you say that, Phil B, about Wijnaldum, because I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I did appreciate Wijnaldum. He reminded me a lot of Herrera at Manchester United. And you can tell a good player by the fact that they're underrated outside of the club and disliked. And I'm not saying Wijnaldum was disliked. Herrera was disliked as a bit of a shithouse, but he did the similar sort of role to Wijnaldum that wasn't necessarily obvious to the outside fan. And like you said, his durability, his consistency, players like that can put in a consistent 7 or 8 out of 10 every week are worth their weight in gold. And all right, they might not be a 9 or 10, Salah, Mane, 9 or 10 can be, they can be 9 or 10. But please pray for Afghanistan. The government has fallen, says Omar. I mean, politically, I do not know what's going on, but I have heard that the Taliban are back, which is, you think about all the people that have lost their lives over the last 20 years trying to restore some sort of something in Afghanistan, or basically, drive the Taliban out, and they're back again. But, I don't know how accurate I am with everything on that. But obviously thoughts go to people who are traumatised by this. Norwich just trying to have a bit of possession down the left-hand side. And it goes for a throw-in. Isn't it fantastic though? I'm still not bored, and I don't think it would. I'm not sure I'll ever get bored again of seeing fans in the ground. It's just so great. I remember when we were doing like watch-alongs last season, and it was always empty stadia, and it was great to have football because we didn't have. It was either football or nothing. But remember around Christmas time, when certain areas in the UK were allowed to have 5,000 fans. And that was like a Christmas present. Oh, look, there's a fan. And there's another one 20 seats away. But it was still better than an empty stadium. I mean, now we're back with fans in the ground. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I really, really do. So, great to see. Great to see. And long may it continue. And as I said, how can it not have an impact? Mane, cross. How can it not have an impact on the players when you've got that noise and atmosphere around you? I mean, I bet Liverpool players can't wait to play at Anfield next Saturday lunchtime against Burnley. And look, Burnley look like they're going to be competing for Arsenal for 0 points. Cantwell's world class, says Jesse. I wouldn't go that far, pets. I wouldn't go that far. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Chelsea look a threat. Well, I think we all know that. I don't think that's breaking news. Yeah, I think we all know that. They will be a threat. Consistency will be the threat. Whoever can be the most consistent, and you're going to need a little bit of luck around that, but whoever can be the most consistent side will be the best side this season. Mark those words. I remember when Norwich got promoted a couple of years ago and Pookie had a really good start to the season and everyone got him in and then that was it. He's like I used to call him the Poundland Harry Kane. And he was. He never really did anything. This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. Ricky's fan cam's up, by the way. It's funny. It's funny. It's called Where Was Matic? He knew about it. I said, can I call it that? He did know about it, to be fair. I'm telling you now, Mark. I'm telling you now. 5-1's great. But where was Matic? I'm telling you, where was Matic? If you want to run a game and win it, where was Matic? Who will be first to lose their job this season, says Riley. I mean, I think, obviously, you can't look far away from Arteta. He's going to be under big pressure. Hi, Mark. I loved your rant about Arsenal after the Brentford game. As an Arsenal fan, I feel helpless because I agree with everything you say. Do you think we'll ever be back, says Oscar. I do think you'll be back. But I think the problem you've got, unfortunately, and you know, you can go online and you can see said channel doing it. It's just get him out. We've had enough. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, I know why they do it, but the reality is you are making every manager's job harder because you are promoting mass negativity. Oh, but somebody said keep him. But come on, you know. And look, it's not just fan content that causes that. You know, it's one of the big reasons we've stopped doing the whole fan cams with a microphone because it's just I was a big part of that. I'm not criticising anybody who does it, but I was the person with other people who it was like, what should we call this? What question should we ask them after the game? And it's like, ask them about Pogba. Are they Ollie in or Ollie out? That was a regular thing. And you know, you suddenly think this is like an episode of EastEnders. We're creating the story. And I just think with Arsenal, you need a long time. I know this as a United fan because it's taken a long time for us. We've not won a title for 8 years. They need a long time, and they also need a long time, but their fans are mega impatient. So it doesn't work. Job's a big job. We want it done tomorrow. It creates friction. Mark, your thoughts on Irish guy of HAT Sport? Any chance of a club? Keep rocking. Well, we're meant to be playing on the same team, Pratik. He's meant to be sorting out a football match. Salah with the shot. Sort of wanted it to go in a way. Thinking about the fancy Premier League. But no, I'm not really. Goldie, told you yesterday. Golden Boot Bruno, best mate Doug is a prat, says Mike John. Mate, I've got, you know what? I always like to tweet through the summer things. I said Wan-Bissaka and Martial are going to have a big season. I said Greenwood's going to have a big season. And I said people are sleeping on Bruno. Opening game of the season, bang. And if you said it about Pogba, fair play. Fair play. Tony Bagebridge says hypocritical much. Well, Tony, instead of being a sanctimonious prat, why don't you tell me about why that is? Because I'm more than happy to have an honest answer. As a Villa fan, if Dean Smith doesn't get it together, he would be out the door by 10 games. That's a good point by Lucas, who is a Villa fan. I think you're right. I do think you're right, because I think that he's done a great job, but there's a lot of money at Villa. And I think they'd be like, you know what? We want more from our money. I tipped Villa for top 6. Did I tip Villa for top 6? No, I didn't. I put them in the top 8. Oh, shot from the edge of the box by Oxlade-Chamberlain. What happened to Oxlade-Chamberlain? I always thought he was a decent player, and then he sort of went to Liverpool, married a Spice Girl, and became a bench player. Not a Spice Girl. What did he marry? What was it? A cheeky girl? A kitten? What did he marry? I don't even know if he married it. Her. What was it? Little Mix. A Little Mix. He married a Little Mix. I nearly said he married a Pick and Mix. I'll tell you what, I used to love Pick and Mix when I was growing up. But if he married a Spice Girl, that would be not good. Hello, Seb.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah.
Had a good day? You look tired now.
No.
You're not?
No. Mummy's back.
That's great news, isn't it? Good chance there for Norwich, and Allison makes the save. Pookie, the Poundland Kane, gets the shot off. Nice little slide rule pass. He's onside when he makes the run. So it was a good ball. It's a shame his first touch isn't great, but his second touch isn't too bad. Probably should have gone for the cross. Lovely little ball by Cantwell, though. Delightful ball by Cantwell. I mean, look, to be fair, I like what Cantwell and Max Aarons have done. They were doing well in the Premier League when Norwich got relegated. A lot of people thought they'd move. COVID happened. They stayed at Norwich. They've got re-promoted, and I think they will get their move this season if Norwich go down. Thoughts on the Everton result? And we're working our way through the results actually. So we've done Chelsea, we've done Villa. So yeah, let's do Everton next. 3-1 win for Everton. They were 1-0 down. Armstrong scored, but then Richarlison. Wait a minute. It's all right, Liverpool have cleared it. Richarlison, Decore and Calvert-Lewin all in the second half. Fantastic second half for Everton. And you know what? I must admit, I saw they were 1-0 down. And obviously I saw United beat them last week in the pre-season. And I thought, maybe they're going to have a bad season. But that second half performance from them, fantastic. And you look at the team he put out. Alan, Decore, Townsend, Gray, Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. Digne, they look well organised, Everton. They do look well organised. You look at Southampton, they've lost Vestergaard, still got Ward-Prowse, but they've lost Ings as well. They've lost a few. Bertrand's gone as well. You can see Southampton struggling a little bit this season, but a good opening day win for Everton, definitely. So well done to them. Again, I think that'll be a good watch on Match of the Day later. Yeah, that'll be good. Calvert-Lewin's a good striker. He's crap on FIFA, but yeah, he's good in real life. I need to get my FIFA career mode back up and running, actually. Oh, nice little flick by Pookie. Down the left-hand side for Norwich. Cantwell and Pookie are pushing to get in the box. He goes for a weird cross. A weird cross. I think that's one of those ones as a winger when you've got too much time. And he's definitely not done the best there. I am most hesitant to back Martial this year. I'm ready for the year of Greenwood, says Mike John. There's plenty of room. As long as it's not Dan James, I think we're fine. You know, we just need Dan James out of the team, and then rotate around with people like Mason and Cavani and Martial, etc. Got a lot of options. Got a lot of options. But it was Rashika with that cross there. Obviously, Ben Diaz left Norwich to go to Villa. What is the best United game you've ever seen? Mine would be 3-2 versus Milan in 2007. It says RM2711. I think it wasn't the best game because they lost. I always, Man United. My first visit to Old Trafford was just amazing when I was about 10. I was at Wembley for 92 when they won the Rumbelows Cup final in the kit that's very much like the new away kit now, the blue and white. That was great. I think games when you're younger are almost better, and when you're older you become more. Salah! Oh, good hit, good cross. I thought he'd got the goal. Technique here. Mane down the left-hand side, works it, gets the cross in. Salah's free. It's a delightful cross by Mane. It's a good hit by Salah. I don't think he's actually that close. Let's have a look at the angle on the camera. Yeah, I think Krul's probably got it covered. Salticore Rangers, love your work from Australia, says Michael. I never answer that question, Michael, but thanks for the super chat. And Mark, have you seen that Lynx Java is now back in the shops? I have, and I'm going to snub it, Luke Jones, because I like Lynx Oriental. I liked the purple one growing up. Java, I never really liked Lynx Java. Cantwell's just gone for something special there. I don't think United need a new striker, no. I think we're all right. I think we've got Martial, we've got Cavani, we've got Greenwood. Yeah, I think we're all right. Tanda says, I hope Liverpool lose. I'll be interested how many penalties are given this season, says Mike. Well, we saw a penalty today that I think would have been given last season. It wouldn't have mattered I wouldn't have cared. It was 5-1 to United, and I think it was Roberts for Leeds went down. And I thought, oh, that's going to be a penalty. But Ricky has done a fan cam. It's up on the channel. He's actually at Old Trafford in the hospitality suite when he's done it. So, yeah, he's done as a little one, which is good. Giving his thoughts. Didn't say a lot about Bruno, surprisingly, but I will get him on Bruno tomorrow on the Sunday night show. Definitely going to catch him out. Milner's just gone in the book there. Oh, he'll blow up there, Mariner. He'll blow up there. Yeah, it went up half an hour ago, Ricky's fan cam. "25 minutes gone here. Thoughts on Wolves?" says Lilla. I wouldn't trust them. You know, they're not like dogs. You know, I wouldn't trust a wolf. The football team Wolves losing to Leicester. That's a good win for Leicester. You know, let's talk about that again. 1-0 to Leicester against Wolves. Again, another home win. Quite an equal game from what I was told. I will look forward to watching that one as well. Yeah, Leicester. Actually, goal for Liverpool. It's Jota. 1-0 for Jota. Just about to talk about another game and he's bloody ruined it. You know what? It's funny how these games these things happen. Because it's Salah. No, it's not Salah. It's Alexander-Arnold. Salah gets the assist. I don't think Salah meant to do it. The cross comes in from Trent. If Salah meant to do that, that's a genius assist. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I mean, I don't watch him enough to know, but it makes the goal. The cross comes in from Trent. Salah looks to me like he's trying to take it down. And as he tries to take it down, he plays this worldy assist between two Norwich defenders that leaves Jota with the goal. I don't know whether he meant to score that or not. Well, he meant to score it. I don't know whether he meant to assist. I mean, I'll leave that one open for interpretation. But the interesting thing is, I just felt that Norwich at that point was starting to build their way into the game a little bit. But typically, that's what big clubs do. That's what big clubs do. So there you go. It's not £500, by the way, that super chat. It's Mexican dollars. So thank you very much for the super chat. Congratulations on 500,000 subscribers. Let me just get rid of that, knobheads. Give us the abuse. I'll just block you. It's easy. And I think Sancho will win Young Player of the Year. Yeah. I think it was just a heavy touch from Salah. I don't know, putting the earpiece in. I don't think it's a lucky goal by Liverpool. I just think it was you put a decent cross in at pace, and that's the whole point, isn't it? Things can happen, but I don't think Salah meant the assist. But I tell you what, you get the points. You get the points. So 1-0 to Liverpool here. Half an hour gone. I wouldn't be discouraged if I was Liverpool, but if I was Norwich, but it certainly takes the wind out of their sails a little bit. I tipped they'll go down. I am still buzzing from the result, NJ. Very, very happy with it. You know what? After a result like that, I just want to play Southampton now. And look, I tell you what, I think that's a really good game for United against Southampton. I don't think Southampton are very good. I don't think Southampton are going to be able to live with the quality that we're going to play against them. So I think that'll be another 3 points at Southampton as well. And then you go to Wolves, difficult game, but you've got 6 from 6. Beat Wolves, go into the international break with 9. You know, but it's a game at a time, isn't it? Game at a time. That's what it's all about. I think he's got to pick Varane next game. Corner for Liverpool. Headed away by Norwich. Liverpool will settle into this game a little bit now. I think Southampton are an outside tip to go down, Jesse. I don't think they will go down. I mean, look, opening game win for Brentford was fantastic last night, but my prediction to go down was Watford, Norwich and Brentford. I'm not going to change my mind on that. You know, Burnley lost today. I think they'll lose next week to Liverpool, so they're going to be at the bottom for a bit, Burnley. But I think teams like Burnley and Southampton and Brighton, that they're experienced in getting wins. That's a good result for Brighton, actually. Let's move on to the next game. We've spoken about Leicester against Wolves. So let's talk about a couple of other results, as we've said. We've spoken about Watford's 3-2 against Villa. We've spoken about Leicester's win against Wolves, 1-0. Everton 3-1 against Southampton. Chelsea 3-0 against Palace. The final game to talk about was Burnley-Brighton. So I don't know why I'm talking like that. Marpe scoring with 73 minutes, but Burnley were 1-0 up for 72 minutes in that game. Tarkowski scored a goal, Goldbridge. I thought we'd done it. I thought, let's park up and, we've bloody blown it. Morpay and McAllister with the goals. The story of the game, Burnley not dominating possession. Brighton with 64% of the possession as the away side. 8 shots on target, Brighton, 3 by Burnley. So yeah, typical sort of Burnley result. A bit typical Burnley performance really, Goldbridge, but and we bottled it. But lineups wise, Wood and Rodriguez up front, 4-4-2 Burnley. You know, what you see is what you get. Not really bought anybody, have they? I thought they'd bought a winger at Burnley for some reason. Oh, Pookie's in down the right-hand side. The cross is terrible. He's moaning, but the cross is terrible. Brighton, Basuma played, Morpay, Trossard, March. Not a lot of change in their team either. But a good result for Brighton. 2-1 opening day. They'll be very happy with that. They'll be very happy with that. Next week, Brighton go to a home game against Watford. Big game. Next Saturday at 5:30. Not watching that. Not doing a super chat. I'm not doing a watch along for that. Got next Saturday night off then. Some good 3 o'clock kickoffs next week though. We've got Villa, Newcastle, Palace, Brentford, Leeds, Everton and Man City, Norwich. I think Leeds, Everton might be the game I watch on that one. But Sunday, Arsenal against Chelsea. Southampton against Manchester United at 2 o'clock. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Arsenal against Chelsea. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No Friday night game, but there is Monday night football between West Ham and Leicester. Shamone. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way, this Saturday evening. It's currently 1-0 to Liverpool. That's why it says it on the screen. We've had 32 minutes. Score predictions for Newcastle versus West Ham. Cool guy. I do think West Ham will win that one, but as I said again, I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle win it because I just think in those games that are potentially a little bit tighter, the fact that they've got home crowds can be very, very big. Do you think Varane will start versus Southampton, says Oliver? You never know with Ollie. You never know. He might be loyal to Lindelof, but ultimately, you've just bought one of the world's best centre-backs. You know, if I've got a Vauxhall Astra on my drive and then the wife buys me a Ferrari and I go, wow, the Astra's been really good for me. I am going to drive it to work tomorrow. She's going to say, you're a prat. Go in the better car. And that's what Ollie needs to do. I know it's ruthless, but that's what Ollie does need to do. Oh, could have been 2. Salah with the shot, deflected to Matip, and it's cleared away by Lys Mello. I don't see a way back for Norwich if the second goal goes to Liverpool, to be honest with you. Chinese for Caitlin. I'm edging towards a Chinese Caitlin, but then I'm thinking I might have an Indian. I just don't know. I'm going to order it in a minute. That's for sure. This could end badly for Norwich. Well, I think initially I predicted like 4-0. I've gone 3-1 off the team sheet, but I think my prediction a couple of days ago was 4-0 to Liverpool. So Yeah. Zach says, do you think he'll play James and Lindelof ahead of Varane and Sancho? I think ruthlessness is you get your best players on the pitch. You know, if I'm a manager of a team like Manchester United or Liverpool or Chelsea, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win. I'm not rewarding people just because they did quite well. I'm going to go and put the better players on the pitch, because the sooner you get Varane and Sancho up to speed, the better your team is. The longer you keep them out of the team, the more they've got to, the longer it's going to take to get them ready. Get them in the team. Get them in the team. Get a Chinese mark, says Doctor. How about we just let Solskjaer do what he's going to do, says Jimmy. How about you piss off, Jimmy? Seriously, like, football's about opinion. Like, how boring would football be if football fans just went, I've got no interest this week in what happens. The manager will pick the team he wants to pick, and I will just go along with it with zero opinion or thought. Bye. That's not football. The great thing about football is it's great watching the match, but the week in between where you can debate about what they're going to do, what tactics, who should play, who shouldn't, this is what football's all about. I don't know why people don't understand that after decades of this great game being around. That the whole point about football is that you have those debates about who's starting. It's massively part of what the game is. And long may it continue. This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. Would have given one of my testicles for Ronaldo, says Mike John. Mike, you're getting a bit rowdy, Mike. Or Randy. Here's Mo Salah on the left-hand side. I tell you what, I didn't like the look of that Liverpool kit, and I never will like the look of a Liverpool kit, but it actually isn't as trash as I thought it was. You know, when I was ranking all the kits, somebody said, you should see what it looks like on, and I was like, well, I'm never going to buy one, am I? But I think what they meant is you should see what you think of the kit when it's actually on the players. Like that Norwich kit, it looks all right on them, but actually the Liverpool kit doesn't look too bad. Jota scored, Raku assisted by Salah. Alan's having an Indian takeaway. Can't whack it, as Del Boy used to say. 7 minutes to half time. Trent with the clearance. Milner didn't want to go into that tackle there with Campbell on a yellow card. Mr. Bridge, your title is wrong. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not massively important, is it, Craig, at the end? Liverpool have had 10 shots on goal, says Sarah. Interesting stats. Interesting stat. Yeah, I think this was a nailed-on victory for Liverpool for many anyway, but Norwich just... This is the problem, isn't it? You get these yo-yo teams who get promoted, and I just really think Brentford, Norwich, and Watford. I know they've won today, and I know Brentford won last night, but I think they're going to find... First few weeks, enthusiasm is great. I just think... I hope I'm wrong. I think it's boring when the 3 promoted teams get relegated, but I just think over the coming weeks they'll find a reality. And Norwich have got the hardest start of the lot because they've got Liverpool. You know, Watford had Villa and Brentford had Arsenal. It's a good start to the season, but Liverpool at home is a difficult game. Campbell will be one of those players who don't have a gigantic breakthrough season. He just kind of gets better every season and suddenly is class, says Oscar. I'd be surprised if... I'd say Campbell will end up somewhere like Everton. Maybe Villa, somewhere like that. What's your thoughts about Messi joining PSG? That's old news, Successful Spoon. I think it's sad news, but it's old news. Thank you for always reading the super chats and entertaining me and the best mate Doug for 3 years. I'd back Goldie any day, says Mike. And similar to Grealish, says Grazy Ginger. How old is Campbell though? Thoughts on Vieira, says CPFC. Well, you're the Crystal Palace fan. What do you think? I didn't watch the game today, so I don't know. But I think he's got a very difficult job there at Palace. Very interesting. He's 23, Campbell. Very interesting appointment. Please subscribe, by the way. We're on 500,000, but we're trying to get up to 501,000 tonight. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. You're very, very welcome, everybody. Who do I think is going to win the league? I think it'll be Man City. Yeah. But I hope they're going to get pushed by United. And if they're not going to get pushed by United, then I hope whoever does push them can be consistent. And I said this in the summer. I think whether you're a Chelsea fan, a Liverpool fan, a United fan, because they're the only three teams that realistically are going to challenge Man City. There's just no way. There's just no way a Leicester or I don't even know who else. There's just no way a Leicester can be that consistent. But I think that Man City will be the favourites, and Chelsea, United, and Liverpool are going to have to be consistent. Chicken Madras lagers flowing, says David Hurst. United 5-1, 5-1 win. Happy. Good stuff, David. Good stuff. Get yourself on beers. I think I'll have one in the second half, actually. Hi, Mark. I'm a Spurs fan. What do you think the score will be tomorrow? I'm looking forward to it. T12 Gaming, actually. Looking forward to the game tomorrow because I think it'll be quite interesting. Question one, do you know if Harry Kane's playing? 2, would you play Harry Kane in that game? I can't answer question 1, but question 2 I can answer. I wouldn't let him anywhere near that game. I would not let him anywhere near that game because ultimately I think Man City are going to buy him, and in a season where you've got to be really consistent, Harry Kane is not going to want to score a goal that makes Man City get beat. So I just wouldn't play Harry Kane in that game. Unless you know that Harry Kane's definitely staying, I wouldn't play him. And at the moment, they don't know he's definitely staying, so I wouldn't play him in the game. And people go, well, it's Harry Kane, you've got to play him. I'm like, Harry Kane's leaving Spurs to win trophies. If he scores the goals that beat Man City, those 3 points could be why he doesn't win a trophy. It doesn't make sense. What has Van der Beek done wrong to have Fred start ahead of him, Mark? As an Arsenal fan, I'd love Van der Beek. Mate, it's getting to the point with Van der Beek, whereas as a United fan, I'd like Arsenal to have Van der Beek because, look, we won today. Ollie got it right, but it is a shambles. It's not a shambles. It's a shame that Donny van der Beek is not playing football. And I think it's starting to get to the point now where he should be given an opportunity to go and play football somewhere. I want him to play for United, but I've already predicted he won't play much. And it's not through lack of effort and it's not through lack of talent. He's just not getting the game time, and I don't want him to go, but I think he's going to have to go because he's just not going to get the game time. Shout out to James Dagnell, you West Head, says Luke. Kane is not playing tomorrow, says Callum. There you go. And I would give Ronaldo to still have my left testicle, says Tom Crossan. If Spurs get a result tomorrow, we'll have a psychological advantage over City, says Yusuf. And this is always great food. Have a round on me, Mark, in the second half. Instagram, GMV8_artist, says Jonathan Mitchell. Thanks for the super chat, Jonathan. And I'd love to have Donny at Arsenal. I'd love to have him at United. It's hard to moan about Donny because we've won 5-1, but today's one game. This has been going on for over a year. So for me, Donny not supersedes, but it's a bigger issue than beating Leeds 5-1 because it's a longer season problem. Like, how many games is he going to get this season? I don't think he'll get many. Did United's formation change to a false 9 whenever Pogba shifted to the middle today? If yes, can it work long term, says Yaz. There's always changes in formations. I think some people were telling me that we didn't play with a midfield 2. We played with Fred holding on his own. And yet I could tell you there was times when McTominay and Fred were very close. On the other hand, I could see times where McTominay was playing very high forward. There was dynamism in the way that United played. And I did notice a few people in the watch-along were saying, do you think it can work long-term with Bruno as a false 9? I was like, well, he's not playing as a false 9, is he? Because we've got a 9. It's Greenwood. And I saw Greenwood playing as a number 9 for most of that game. But there was times where people shifted out. Yeah. It just wasn't a rigid system, was it? There was times where we changed it. Do I think Palace will get relegated, says AYR? No, I don't think Palace will get relegated. I think Palace will be fine. Yeah, I don't think they'll go down because I think they've got better players than teams like Norwich and Brentford. And maybe Watford. So Pieface is happy. Plymouth Argyle won. So just about to hit half time here. Mark, who would you like to see promoted? We need something new instead of the same yo-yo team, surely, says Dark Spine Gaming. And could we see both Pogba and Donny leaving next summer, says S. Ahmed. And Matic. It'll be Matic's last year as well. Anyway, half time. 1-0. 1-0 here. Let me just change the clock. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. Deservedly so. They've had a lot of shots on goal. Norwich have been competitive without doing anything. But Liverpool know they've got to get off to a winning start. They play Chelsea on game 3. Burnley at home next weekend. So they'd want to have 6 points going into that Chelsea game. And I'm sure they probably will do unless Norwich can do something very different in this second half. Greenwood is a generational talent. Yes, Jesse. Pretty much coined that myself. But you're welcome to use it. Let me just whack a tweet out there and then we'll get into the chats. But yeah, look. In some ways it's disappointing, but in some ways it's reality, isn't it? I don't think that these promoted teams... I don't think even they believe they've got a chance. You know, you play a team like Arsenal or Spurs or Leicester, you feel we've got a chance. I think when Liverpool roll into town against people like Brentford and Norwich and Watford, it's almost like these teams are beaten, even though it's the opening game of the season. They just don't seem to believe. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised they don't believe because, as I said, that midfield of Milner and Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain could be a lot stronger. That could be Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago. So they have got a bit of a chance in that midfield, but they've not got hold of it. And testament to Milner and Oxlade-Chamberlain and the other lad who's playing in the midfield with them, that they've actually, Keita, that they've got hold of that midfield and they've dominated that midfield. And Norwich, when they're on their attack, they look like they're getting a nosebleed. They just don't seem to be, believing in themselves. So, I think they're going to find it very, very difficult to get back into it. Next goal has to be a Norwich goal if they're going to get anything from this game. What do you think? Who do you think will finish higher, Spurs or Arsenal? Says Cal. Well, it should be Arsenal, but Arsenal are going to have no points after 3 games, so they're going to have to come from behind. That's what she said. That they are going to have to come from behind, Arsenal. So, look, it's very difficult to predict. I don't think Arsenal... I predicted Arsenal would finish 6th. I'm not going to change that. And I said Spurs would be behind them. So I think Arsenal will finish ahead of Spurs. My issue with Spurs is it's very easy to say Spurs will finish above Arsenal because Arsenal got beat by Brentford. But ultimately, I don't rate Nuno. I don't even understand why Spurs got Nuno. Because for me, is a worse version of Mourinho, and that didn't work. So I don't think that is a good managerial appointment for Spurs, and I think they're going to lose Harry Kane as well, which I think is going to be very difficult for them. So, but look, if Spurs bought in 2 or 3 really good players with the Kane money, maybe things get different. But I'm just not convinced about the manager. So I think Arsenal will finish above. But then again, on the same flip coin, I would say that Arsenal, somebody said in the first half, who do you think's the most likely to lose their job? Probably Arteta, because the pressure he's being put under from day one, really. I don't know, because I'm not an Arsenal fan, but it felt like me that certain Arsenal fans were never happy with Arteta, and they never were going to give him a chance. I was never really happy with Ollie. I think a lot of United fans were not happy with Ollie. They just saw him as an interim. Who's the real manager then? But, you know, over time, things have got better. There's still a lot of work to do, but they've got better. And some people, you know, Ricky said it on his fan cam. Villa beats Liverpool 7-2 last season. United win 5-1. It doesn't mean anything. We beat Leeds 6-2 last year as well. It's a great result, but there's still a lot of work to be done, and it takes time. And I think whoever's the Arsenal manager, they're going to need time. And also, I don't think you're at the point anyway. It's not like Arteta needs 6 months to get you in the top 4. He needs 6 months, 200 million. That team's not good enough to get top 4 either. It doesn't matter who your manager is. And that never gets addressed with Arsenal as well. It's like you expect to fight for top 4 with that team. But I'll tell you now, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Do you think Newcastle will beat West Ham? I have a funny feeling they might do, Successful Spoon. And I don't know why. But I do have a funny feeling they might do. Hi, Mark. Do you think Varane would start every game or be rotated frequently, says Charlie Wilson? Mate, he's a better centre-back than Harry Maguire. He's a world-class centre-back. Why would you rotate Varane? I don't get why Ollie would start... Are we going to treat Varane like Van der Beek? Oh, we've bought in a really good player. Let's not use him. Varane has to go straight into the team for the Southampton game, as far as I'm concerned. Whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. And some people would say it's unfair on Lindelof. Do you think I give a shit about fairness? I don't. It's football. Football's not always fair. It's about getting the best players on the pitch. Laporte sits on the bench for Man City. Is it fair? Well, yeah, because Pep wants to pick the best team he thinks is his best team. I don't care whether Lindelof played well today. Drop him. Varane, back. Get him in. I'll talk about that more on United Standard later on the 8 o'clock show. We were told we were having our biggest clear out ever, and we've only sold Willock, which was a mistake. We've sold so many lies, says Matthew Cushing. And Mark, do you think Ollie picks both Lindelof and Varane and plays a back 5? God, I hope not. I hope not. Arsenal fans need to realise that our squad is trash, says Predrag. And do you want Chinese or an Indian? The Real G says, could United beat Southampton 9-0 again? Well, the great thing about Southampton is that they are always that team that can be beaten 9-0. Like they are that sort of team, and the way United are playing, that could be very interesting. Yeah, I certainly think there'll be a lot of people getting United fans in. I don't know whether to have a Chinese or an Indian. I'm almost like, let the chat decide, Chinese or Indian. And you know what? I know it's going to be one of those situations where it's like, you know, when you've got 2 films and you don't know which one to watch. I know I'll watch one and go, that's quite good, but I wonder what the other one was like. I'm not having a pizza. Not having a pizza. It's divided. It's divided. It started off with Chinese, then it's gone Indian, now it's going Chinese again. Wiggy's eating chicken fried rice now. Thoughts on Scottish football? Indifferent. Imagine we got Ben White instead of Varane, says S. Ahmed. But he would be on the bench though, wouldn't he? You know, there would be no discussion there. Lindelof would still be the first choice centre-back. Ollie would pick Lindelof over Ben White. Please subscribe, by the way. We have hit 500,000 today. Choo choo. Choo choo. We're on the 1 million subscriber train, hopefully. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. You're very, very welcome. I think I've made my decision. I thought I'd made my decision. I have made my decision. I know what I'm going to order. And I tell you why. I tell you what the game changer was for me. It's a bit like Bruno. The thing that made me go for this is the chicken pakora. That was the thing. I was like, I love chicken pakora. I want that now. Thank you. Let's have a look at the order. Chicken pakora, papadum, chutney, saag paneer, bit of rice, garlic naan, macaroni chicken. Yeah. That looks good to me. That looks fantastic. It's amazing how quick you can order food, isn't it? It's amazing. Macaroni chicken is basically butter chicken, yeah. Ooh. Come to Goldbridge. You lucky, lucky food. Seb's talking in the kitchen. Oh, I've got to get up now because I can't remember. Can't remember that bit. I'll be back. I'm still here. Shake your body. Oh, starting to feel the day now. It's been a long old day, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for nothing. That's literally, I'm nearly as quick as one of them Ferrari mechanics changing the old tyres. Super fast. Super fast. Would you take back Lukaku, golden boot prediction, maybe for Bruno? No, Mike, I think Lukaku will get a lot of goals. Obviously, it's a great start for Bruno with 3. And I think he will get a lot of goals this season. Yeah, that's good. That's good from him. Very good. So, yeah. That's a little bit later. Oh, it's going to be a late one now. It's not coming for an hour and 20 minutes. It's because of late. I've ordered late. Keep an eye on that one, Goldbridge. They sometimes are a little bit quicker than they say. How do you feel, Mark? 5-1. Just looking forward to watching Match of the Day tonight, to be honest with you. And can't wait for the Southampton game. I think it's a bit of a weird start to the season, isn't it? Because there's no midweek games this week. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. There's no midweek games this week and there's no midweek games next week. I think if you're one of the crap teams, you do play in the Carabao Cup, don't you? Like Arsenal have got to play in the Carabao Cup next week. So, but yeah, if you're a team in Europe, you don't actually have to play. You only play 3 games this month, so we've got all of midweek off. So, yeah, it's exciting. We've got to take 9 from 9. 2 away games now, Southampton, and then I think United starts the season. We spoke about Liverpool starts the season. Let's have a quick look at like what everyone's doing. As we know, next weekend's Spurs against Man City. We'll do a watch along for that tomorrow. Next weekend, Liverpool, Burnley, Man City, Norwich, Chelsea are playing Arsenal, and United play Southampton. The weekend after that, it's Man City, Arsenal. Unlucky Arsenal. Liverpool play Chelsea. Chelsea got 2 difficult games coming up. Really, Arsenal, well, not Arsenal, but Liverpool. United go to Wolves, and who else? Yeah, Man City we mentioned. And then into September, you've got the international break. After the international break, you've got Man United playing Newcastle, Chelsea playing Villa, Man City are playing Leicester, and Leeds play Liverpool. And surely they're going to move some of them 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday the 11th, because there's like 6 3 o'clock kickoffs on that Saturday. It's weird. And then it's I can't understand that. Look at Saturday the 11th of September. There's like 8 games and 6 3 o'clock kickoffs. Don't remember it ever being like that. I do not remember it being like that. Why is Varane number 19? Well, apparently Phil Jones wouldn't give up the number 4 shirt, which we're going to talk about on the United stand tonight. I mean, to me, that's just a madness, really. 1, why would you do that? Because you know it's going to get out. And 2, yeah. Is he right to do that? Thoughts about Real wanting to join the Premier League, and where do you think they will finish? The Centurion 100 points. I read this. That Real Madrid are thinking about joining the Premier League. Oh, are you? Oh yeah, I'm thinking about joining Man United next week. I think I could do a better job than Fred in the midfield. Because I tell you what, there's more chance of me playing in the midfield for United than Real Madrid walking into the Premier League. What gives them the right? What gives them the right to do that? Why would they get the right to do that? So I don't see how that's going to work. Good luck with that one at the end of the day. So second half, I think Liverpool get the second goal and this game's over. Can Norwich find some progression into the latter third of the pitch and try and score a goal against this side we know as Liverpool? I don't know. Could Bruno be a Golden Boot contender this season, says S. Ahmed. Mate, I think Bruno Fernandes is absolutely superb. I don't understand. I do understand why. I do understand it, actually. I do understand why. I do understand why rival fans don't like Bruno, but I don't understand why United fans don't like Bruno. And there are some fans in our fan base who don't like him, and I don't get it. I've never understood how a player in your shirt who is brilliant and is proven game changer is disliked. I understand why you might not like a player in your team that you don't think is very good, but Bruno clearly is very, very good. And I think he could be Player of the Year, and I think he could be Golden Boot winner. The main thing with Bruno is to keep his energy levels at what they are at the moment. What we saw last season is overplayed, and then from Christmas to the end of the season, he was burnt out. And I think there are some people in the United fan base who dislike Bruno because they feel he's a threat to Pogba, but they get on with each other really well. And today, Pogba got 4 assists and Bruno got 3 goals. It's not one or the other; it's stronger together. So yeah. Money to make my world go round. Friendly wager, Goldie. Bruno versus Lukaku, more goals. Winner gets a humble shout, says Mike. Mate, I've gone with Lukaku for Golden Boot anyway. I'm not going to change my mind. I can't. I've done the video last week, so my Golden Boot contender is Lukaku. So I have to go with that. So there we go. Right, we're about to kick off for the second half here. Salah's about to do it. Felt like a really long half time, that. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We are doing Man City against Spurs tomorrow afternoon. Please, be very happy to have you join us. I'm not going to plead you to join us, but we will be live on this channel for Man City's visit to Tottenham tomorrow. Could be an advantage for Spurs there, playing in with a load of fans there, but I don't know. Does Bruno remind you of Cantona, leading by example and lifting everyone around him? David Hogan. I mean, look, Cantona came in and was the reason United went to that next level to win titles. Bruno's come in and we haven't won anything yet. So I think there are similarities with the impact that Bruno's had, but it's a watered down impact. To replicate Cantona, you've got to come in and take us to titles. And at the moment, that hasn't happened. Thanks for the super chats, by the way, and thanks for everyone who's subscribing. We're actually on the road to 501k tonight, so please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Everyone's welcome on here. Come on, Norwich. For the love of football, please do give us a bit of a game second half, even if you open up a bit. Good play by Max Aarons there. He gets past Mane. Good work. Go on then. Can he win a corner? I think he's won a throw-in. What do you think of Chelsea? Says Kian. I haven't watched you yet. I will watch your highlights on Match of the Day. So I haven't watched Chelsea yet. But impressive win. I did think Palace might have... did I predict 1-0 in that game? But I did predict a Chelsea win. I need to go back and see what me and Craig actually did and see what points we get. I think that'd be quite interesting. I'm not a Norwich fan, no. This is just a watch-along. I'm just a football fan. I'm not a Liverpool fan, I'm a United fan, but good cross. Catch by Alisson. What do I think of Billy Gilmore, says Jesse. I like him. I think he's a good player. It's a good loan for him as well. You know, the best. You know, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be very happy with that. You know, he's not going to get regular first team football at Chelsea. He's on loan at another Premier League club where he's going to play every week. I love a good kebab, hawk. Yes, I like my steak medium. We'll be talking about Ahmad on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. Lloyd says, Mark, is it tiring doing streams and talking all day? Yeah. You do start to get fatigued. Definitely. It is very tiring. You're under the lights and you are having to talk all the time. Yeah, it is tiring, yeah. Here's Tomiskas with the cross again, headed away. But, you know, they haven't missed Andy Robertson in this game. I mean, you always are going to miss a player of Andy Robertson's quality, but good cross. Mane. Oh. Salah put the cross in. Mane sort of had an open goal, but it was a difficult angle, and Max Aarons was there. It wasn't Salah, actually. It was Trent. And good block. You talk about being alone, sitting there by the phone, waiting for my memories to come and play. Where's Voldemort? Says BPM. You're harsh. You're harsh. I'm older than I wish to be. Thoughts on Watford, says Gabe. I again will watch them on Match of the Day and have a look at them. I mean, for me, I didn't actually watch any of the 3 o'clock games. I was just keeping an eye on the scores. So the only games I've seen today are United and this. So I will look forward to Match of the Day. Does Ollie have to rotate more if Bruno this season? We know Bruno loves to play, yet does Ollie have to take him out of his hands sometimes and rest him? Yes. Bruno should start 38 Premier League games. I've got no problem with that. And he probably should start 10 Champions League games. But he doesn't need to play 60 games. Like, if you're in the FA Cup, you don't have to pick Bruno. If you... good tackle there by Norwich. Jota was in. He doesn't need to play in the Carabao Cup. What midfielder would you like Manchester United to sign to successful Spoon? I would like us to buy... I would like us to buy Declan Rice, which we won't do. I mean, there's a lot of options I would like, but I would like to buy that sort of a player. The funny thing for me about Leeds was when they scored the equaliser at the start of the second half. They were going absolutely mad, and it was a great goal, and it must have been a really great few seconds. And then within a minute, it was all over. We've all been there. Does Pochettino have the easiest job or the hardest job, says Maximo? In many ways, he's got the easiest job in football. But then in some ways, he's got the hardest job in football because the French league he will win and no one will give it any credit because you should win with Neymar and Messi and Mbappe. But the Champions League, again, if you win it, everyone goes, well, you should win it. But winning it isn't necessarily easy because they could get beat by Bayern Munich. They could get beat by Man City. Is Greenwood lifting weights this off-season? He looked jacked next to Bruno during the interview, says Mike John. Yeah, he's getting older, isn't he? He's only 19. But, you know, he's like Rashford. Rashford bulked up. If you look at Rashford when he first came into the team, they do. Of course, they're going to do those sort of things anyway, but some of it will just be natural physique as they get older and go into their 20s. I think Leeds lost their discipline when it went to 1-1. I think they thought United would, quite rightly, which we have done in the past. I did worry when it went to 1-1. I thought United might lose their heads, but they didn't. They switched on, and Leeds probably just went a little bit, oh, we've got this, and opened up a little bit too much. Naivety. I think Bielsa said after the game there wasn't much between the two teams, and I do like Bielsa, but to be honest with you, there was a lot between the two teams because I don't think Leeds had that many chances. I don't think we dominated the midfield, and I don't think they would dominated the midfield. But United were just that quality in the final third was why we won the game. We haven't seen any VAR yet, says Reese, the Beast Gaming. I don't think we do see it anymore. I think that's the whole point, isn't it? We don't get to see the VAR. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we do. The game is on Sky Sports. Here's Cantwell on the right-hand side. Terrible. Absolutely unforgivable. Absolutely terrible. What is he doing there? Lovely running by Jota. Cantwell's got a... Well, he's going to get booked. Absolutely. Well, it's just shocking. He's on the right-hand side. He could whip a cross in. He plays a 5-yard pass and passes it to a Liverpool player. I just don't even know what he's doing there. But hope Ahmad goes on loan to Palace and get Premier League experience as S. Ahmed. I'd love to see Ahmad in the Premier League because, to be honest with you, if he goes and plays in Switzerland, I'm not going to watch him. If he goes and plays at Palace, we'll get to watch him. Yeah, I'm having Chinese, Declan. I've ordered it. Yeah, it's not Chinese, Indian. We ordered an Indian. Yeah, it was the Bakora that switched me over. I love Bakora. How do you feel about West Ham overpricing Rice? It's a successful spoon. It's up to them. It's up to them, innit? Really. Not a lot you can do. Look at Grealish. Look at Kane. They're going for big money. So West Ham say we want a lot of money. You've got 3 years left on your deal. Trent on the free kick here. It's the sort of area a couple of years ago he'd bang it in. Maybe not so much last season, but he needs a big season, Trent Alexander-Arnold, this year. Jota's so good. Poole with another smart signing, says Max. And what's your favourite non-United player in the Prem, says Dan B. Oh, I thought he'd scored there. Krul looked a bit lost. And it wasn't going in. Used to be Grealish, my favourite non-player that was non-United. But now he plays for Man City. That can't be the case. So... can't believe he hasn't given a foul there, the linesman on the Norwich player. Now, probably Son. I do like Son, and he plays for an inoffensive club, doesn't he? So probably Son, yeah. In the Premier League, Ronaldo doesn't play in the Premier League, HA. What's happening? Mark, prediction for Spurs City tomorrow. City 3-1. Yeah. Thoughts on Everton? Looking forward to watching them on Match of the Day. 1-0 down at half-time, opening game of the season. And, yeah, they did well. Only Liverpool looking to join an exclusive club with Brighton in being the only teams to win away from home in these first 8 games.
Daddy,
Yes.
do you want a beer?
Yes, please. Oh, I'll have to start with the can, thanks. Unless you want it.
I've got 3.
Oh, did you? What do you think of Anthony Martial? Says I'm 96. I'm a big fan of Martial. He's going to need the game. The thing is, you can't prove yourself if you don't get the game time. I think he will prove himself if he gets the game time. But Donny van der Beek won't prove himself because he won't get the game time. So it's not. You can be a good player and not get a chance. We're seeing that with Donny. We saw it last year. Martial, it's about whether he gets the game time. You know, Rashford being out should mean game time for Martial, but we will see. We'll see. I mean, I would expect Sancho to start against Southampton next week, and I think he'll go with Pogba on the left and Greenwood up top. But United have got a lot of options. I've said this before. I think I've got no problem with people being Ollie out or Arteta out or whatever. That's personal opinion, and I'll have my personal opinion. I think the problem with being Ollie out is I don't see how he can fail. He's got such a good squad of players. Failure means finishing outside the top 5. I think it's impossible for United, Chelsea, Liverpool or City to finish outside the top 4. And we haven't said that for a long time. Quarter to Norwich here. Can they force a goal? Will it be McFred in midfield? Yeah. Ahmed, yeah. Against Southampton. It will be. Of course, Liverpool with Van Dijk back in the team, you'd expect a little bit more defensive solidness. Good cross, easy save, easy catch for Alisson. This is going to end up 1-1, says HA. I don't think it will. I think it will go 2 or 3-0 to Liverpool, to be honest. Can you give a shout out to Mike? No, successful spoon. You're not very clever with that. Thank you.
Did you say that to me?
Yeah. I said thank you because it's manners. Cool guy Max 69 says, "Daddy, do you want a beer? What a lad!" Yeah, I haven't even trained him to do that. I think his mummy said, "Go and ask your daddy if you want a beer," and I did. Mark, when will you see your chats with Pieface and Jack released? Luke, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Goldbridge Mark because a lot of that stuff goes on Instagram. And I'm hopefully recording another 2 this week. I'm hoping next week, but there's a cracking video on my channel at the moment reacting to the guy who makes love to cars, Goldbridge, Mark Goldbridge on YouTube. I put it on the community tab here actually as well. Do 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 do. I want to know if I can put that out. I saw the car shagger. To be honest, he seemed alright. I'd be exhausted, says Luke Jones. I like what you've said there. This is how it feels to be lonely. Mark, I'm going to NYCFC versus Red Bulls. Score predictions, is Oliver Hamer. Is that basketball or baseball? Or is it football? I'm going to say 2-1 NYCFC. I'm looking forward to the NFL coming back. I loved the Super Bowl watch-along we did in January. I'm looking forward to it. That's what I'm loving about fans being back in the ground, because the world's opening up again and it means I can get out and about, do a bit of travelling, start seeing people, come and meet some of you people, you know. Oh, here we go, show off. The show off. Mikhail, I've got 50 points in Fantasy Premier League. I've got 25. Doing shit. But you know what? It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Mark, what would Gary Barlow have thought about United's performance earlier, says Sidekick Simon? He would have gone, I don't think he's a Man United fan. I don't think he's very happy. I don't think he is. I imagine there's a lot of people with a lot of points, to be honest with you. This is why I don't play Fantasy Premier League, because I've rushed my team. I didn't think about it. Come on, Norwich. Fabinho's on the pitch now for Liverpool. I'm trying to think. Has he took Ox off? Yeah. Yeah, he has. Still got Cater on. Here we go. Tomiskas. Good shot. Good save by Krul. That could have been a goal. I didn't put Bruno in my team. I went with Sancho. I don't like to double dip. Don't like to put two forwards of the same club. I very rarely do that. Even two defenders of the same club is a bit off for me. So I just went for Sancho over Bruno. It was that simple. And it was a stupid idea, really. It's 37 weeks to go. Here's Trent. Good hit over the bar. What are you doing tonight? So 8 o'clock show on the United. Well, actually, I'll be a bit later on the United Stand show. It'll be 8:15 because my Indian food is not coming until about 20 to 8, and I refuse to rush it. So I will be 8:15 on the United Stand. And then I'm going to watch a film tonight. I might watch The Town, actually. There's a couple of films I want to see on Amazon Prime that I watched Heat the other day. So I actually watched a film last week. I can't remember what it was all about. It wasn't bad. I think it was on Amazon Prime as well. It had quite good ratings and I'd never heard of it. It was in Afghanistan, actually. It had Orlando Bloom in it, although he wasn't in it for very long. It was a little bit like Black Hawk Down, but nowhere near as good. I love Black Hawk Down. That's such a good film. I might watch that. And it was basically, there's this mountain surrounding this US camp in Afghanistan. And I can't remember what it was called. It was good. Somebody in the chat will know what it's called. And then you can go and watch it. Watch Invincible on Prime. What's that all about? Outpost. It's called Outpost, Callum. There you go. It's good. It wasn't Braveheart. What am I doing? What am I doing in Afghanistan? I've got nothing against you, you know. I hate the English and I want my freedom. That's what I want. Oh, here we go. 2-0. That's it. Firmino, he's only just come on. Salah with the assist again. If you've got Salah in your team, you're doubling up. Liverpool put this game to bed. Firmino's only just come on. You got to ask questions about this Norwich defence. It's like watching a repeat of Arsenal. I mean, they've got 3v3 here. They've got 4v. Where's their defence? Just terrible. It's all right moaning at each other. Like the guy who's playing everyone on side is marking Salah, who's got the ball. You can't play. That's just weird. Weird defending from Arsenal. Weird defending from Arsenal. I've even called them Norwich. Weird defending from Norwich. You've got a defender who's gone to Salah because he's got to, because Salah's got the ball. And then the other three Norwich defenders are playing offside 10 metres further forward, leaving Firmino on. It's car crash defending from Norwich, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're doing there, but I did predict 3-0, didn't I? Let's see what happens. Sorry if I called Norwich Arsenal. It's just the defending. That's the problem. Salah's got 2 assists. Mane's got none. Not been watching the game. How is Gilmore doing, says Sentry. Well, he's playing. He's done all right, but there's a class gap here. There's a class gap for Norwich. And somebody said, did you see Norwich's first few fixtures? I didn't, but I have now. And Norwich's next game is Man City next week at the Etihad. That's a loss. Then they've got Leicester at home. They need to get something out of that. But they have got Arsenal after that. They could beat Arsenal at the Emirates. Then they've got Watford. Then they've got Everton. I mean, look, every game's going to be hard for Norwich. This is why they're going to get relegated. Because every game's going to be difficult. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We are doing Spurs against Man City tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that one. 4:30 kickoff. Make sure you tune in for that one. Everybody. Yeah, looking forward. What time is match of the day tonight? What time? Tomiskas has done all right for Liverpool, actually. You know, I don't know much about him. I know you bought him last year, but he's been again. You'd have to say, look, the problem with Liverpool last year is they had no centre backs, and it caused problems. But he's actually looked all right, hasn't he? He's actually looked all right. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're only 300 away from 501,000. It'd be nice to get that, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Comfortable for Liverpool tonight. 2-0. Oh, it's not. I've still got it at 1-0. Liverpool fans are going mad. I've not done it on purpose. There's Salah into the box, and he loses it. There is a show at 8 o'clock, but they'll probably be a little bit later. I will set it up as soon as this is over. I may as well set it up now, because it's over. My food's not coming for about another hour. I've ordered it too late for a Saturday night. Shot over the bar from Norwich there. Do you like Fortnite, Dylan? I've never played it. I've seen people play it. I don't think I've ever played the game in my life. I don't think it's a game that you could start playing now, is it, either? Because people have been playing it for so long. I said this before, though. We need another Fall Guys, or we need another Among Us, because those two games sort of came through last year and they were great. And there's nothing going on. Junior says he's got 75 points. Well done. Ina's got 90. I've got 300 points today. Yeah. Captain Bruno. Triple captain Bruno. Pogba. I've got Salah. Yeah, I don't know how I did it. How's live? Look like everything isn't right. Looks like everything isn't right with you, says Chris. Okay. We'll leave that chat there. Is Bruno your most favourite player since Ronaldo, says S. Ahmad. And Bernardo, is Bruno your most favourite player since Ronaldo? I love Bruno. I think he's fantastic, yeah. And Bernardo was supposed to start college pre-season tomorrow, but I may have torn my ACL training last night. You have kept me entertained all morning, says Bernardo Alvarado. That sounds horrible, mate. I hope you have a quick recovery. How's Virgil playing, says JR? I mean, it looks like he's not been away. Looks fine, doesn't he? I mean, he's been out for a year. I think he'll get better and better as the season goes on. But it doesn't look out of the way. 20 past 10, match of the day, GMT. Whatever that means. Greenwich Mean Time. It's basically the time in UK. I used to play Monopoly, DD. I loved it. Do you like Domino's, Mark? I like the game Domino's, and I like Domino's Pizza. So I'm quite lucky in that sense, because most people don't like the game Domino's or Domino's Pizza, but I actually like both. It's like that thing I said on my video. This'll blow your mind. Do you wash your legs when you're in a shower? Or do you just think that because you're putting soap on your body and it runs down and the water runs down, you don't need to do it? I'm intrigued by your answer here, because I'm going to be honest and say I don't wash my legs. Sometimes I do, but I consistently across my life I haven't washed my legs. I wash my hair, I wash my body, the soap runs down, the water runs down, I get out. I don't start going like this with my legs, unless I've been playing football. If I've been playing football, I'm going to wash the mud off, but I don't. But apparently, people who don't do it disgust people who do. They're like, how can you not do that? How can you not do that? Well, I don't. It's the same as when you're in the shower. this will blow your mind as well. Some people think it's normal to go in the shower and face the water, and they think people who face the other way are weird. Well, I go in the shower and I face the other way. I have my back to the wall. Back to the wall in most scenarios is always a safe way to be, but other people say no, they face the shower and they can't understand you doing it the other way. Weird, isn't it? I like these sort of conversations though, because you think because you do it, it's the norm, and actually some people do other things. I only wash my legs, says MK. There you go. See, some people face the shower, some people don't. See, I like a bath, but I've always, you know, the older I get, the more unhygienic. Salah! Bloody hell. If you're Captain Salah, you know what you're on about. You really do know what you're on about. That is a cracking goal. He's another player, like, you know, I mean, I don't want Liverpool to win. I'm a United fan, but like, I'm not moody because I expected them to win. I think I predicted 4-0. I predicted 3-1 before when I saw the team news, but before the game I said it'd be 3-4-0. I think this was one of the most predictable results of the weekend, but it's like Archie Wall says, he's so reliable, Salah. Like, he's so reliable. But he's another player. I don't know what Liverpool fans think, but he's another player that is... Look, I'm not saying he's like Bruno because they play different roles, but underappreciated, doesn't get the credit he probably deserves. And I don't know why. I've always disliked Salah because he plays for Liverpool, but I've always begrudgingly respected that he's a world-class player. Like, he's so good. Unbelievable signing by Liverpool as well, because he wasn't this player when they bought him from Roma. I presume every Liverpool fan loves him, but I think he is a bit underappreciated. But the world's changed now, hasn't it? I think with Salah, Liverpool are absolutely fine, because I think there probably was a time before Liverpool won the league where, you know, maybe he wants a penalty there. He's not going to get it. I think there was a time where Salah maybe goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona. Those things won't happen anymore. And I don't think that gets discussed enough, actually. You know, this fear that the top Premier League clubs, Chelsea had it with Hazard, we had it with Ronaldo, maybe Liverpool had it, well, they did have it with Suarez and Coutinho. I think those days are gone now. I don't think there's many players that are at Man City or Chelsea or United who or Liverpool who are thinking, ideally I'll do well here and then I'm off to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona. And look, you know, that's a positive with United and Bruno, because I really do think that if United don't win titles, Bruno would have been thinking about Real Madrid or Barcelona, but probably not now, because they're not those sort of teams, are they? Yeah, 3-0 to Liverpool. Comfortable at the moment. And the hat-trick has been completed, hasn't it? You know, Man City kick off tomorrow, and they know what they've got to do. They've got to go and win. Man United, big win. Chelsea, big win. Liverpool, big win. Those three teams this year have got to be consistent. Got to be consistent. And the great thing is, Liverpool are playing Chelsea in 2 weeks. Can't wait for that. What would fix Arsenal, says Domsland? Do you want the funny answer or the serious answer? The funny answer is a miracle. The truthful answer is, somehow Arsenal need to heal the toxicity in their fan base, which is easier said than done, because I think there is a culture problem with Arsenal's fan base. I know some Arsenal fans, and they're really, really fantastic people, but I also know some Arsenal fans who just are lost in something that they can't get their head out of, which is it's this self-righteousness. They think they should be in the top 4 fighting for titles, right? And they're right. You should be, because Arsenal are a big club. But the reality of your club is that it's nowhere near it. And to get there is not going to be Ben White and Arteta sorting the team out. You need 5 or 6 really good top quality players and probably 3 years. I don't think Arteta can do the job with what he's got. Whether he's the right man or not, I don't think the right man can do the job with that. You bring Conte in tomorrow, that team's not good enough. You stick with Arteta, it's not good enough. They need to, I don't hear it enough from Arsenal fans. Why are you not talking like this? Why are you not talking like we were talking at United under Mourinho or in the first couple of years of Ollie? Ollie was under pressure in the first 2 years. But a lot of the talk was, even now, I'll sit here as a United fan and say we're not good enough to win the league. Arsenal fans would love what we've got. You'd love it. But I'm telling you now, I don't think we can win the league because the midfield's not good enough. Brilliant at the back, brilliant up front. That midfield's not quite good enough. Arsenal fans would love that. Because I tell you what, I look at Arsenal, your defence ain't good enough, your midfield isn't good enough, your attack's not good enough, and your goalkeeper's not good enough. You need major investment. And that's why that Ben White deal, I'm back on Ben White again, but that's why that Ben White deal, I just couldn't get my head around it. Why would you spend £50 million on a player that's not worth 50 million when you need to spend so much money? I mean, look, if you're Man City, you can afford to spend Ben White on 50 million on Ben White, but I don't think Arsenal have got loads of money. So just to throw £50 million at a player that's not worth 50 million, he's worth 35. That 15 million could have gone to another player, maybe a right back or something like that. So I think Arsenal need time and investment, and I don't think you're going to get investment, and I don't think you're going to get time. So I think it's just going to be a continuing soap opera, really. And as I said last night, I think there are some Arsenal fans that who actually, whether it's subconscious or not, are actually just happier just moaning and screaming and shouting, because I think they know that's the only way they can be passionate now, because they're so far off from where they need to be. But United are not a bad example for any team, whether it's Tottenham or Arsenal or whoever. I'm not saying Solskjaer's the right man. I back him, but I'm not saying he's going to be the right man to get us where we need to be. But he is a good example of stability and growth. And you can't argue with third, second, and the players that we're starting to bring in. Good covering by Matip there. You wonder whether... We've not even spoken about this. I'd love to get your opinions on this. You wonder about Konate. Is he to be a starter for Liverpool? Or is he going to be behind Matip? And where's Joe Gomez? Is he going to be a starter? I don't know. People are boasting about their fancy Premier League points. Time to sit them down when I tell you how many I've got. Oh, you're gonna hate this when I tell you. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? 50. I've got 50. Which ain't too bad, is it? I mean, it's not great, but it's sort of, I'm hanging in there a little bit with 50. It's not great. It's not great at all. I'm actually quite happy with it, 50, because I know how many people have got. But yeah, having Salah as captain, like a lot of people has helped me. But I'd say there's a lot of people whacking on for like 80, 100. I've only got Kufal left. I've only got Kufal left. Yeah, I've got no Man City or Spurs players. The pain in the arse is I've got Dallas on the bench with 5 points, and Sancho got me 1, which is that's where I've gone wrong. Ollie's done me up like a kipper there. Substitution here for Liverpool. African Con will hinder Liverpool this season, says Connor Wilson. Yeah, I mean, look, I actually thought that the AFCON had been moved to summer. So, yeah. We're only 200 away from 501,000, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, I thought the AFCON was had been moved to the summer, so that will be a few weeks. It seems a long time since we've had an AFCON that impacts the Premier League. United won't have anybody. Ahmad's going to get loaned out anyway, and Eric Bailly doesn't really play, so it won't be a problem for United. Liverpool do have Mane, they have Salah, Keita. I presume Aubameyang plays in the AFCON as well. Do you think Grealish will be a flop? It's a successful spoon. I like Jack Grealish. I do like Jack Grealish. I don't like the fact that he's at Man City because they're a rival, but I'm not necessarily convinced that he will be a flop. Seven minutes to go. Opinions on the Kitchen Club, Mark, says Tristan. What is it? I need to know what it is. Mark, World Cup final. England needs some magic from the midfield to win, and it's the 80th minute, 5th minute. Who do you want in your midfield, Gerrard or Scholes? Well, neither of them now. They're both past it. Cuddler for life. I'm older than I wish to be. This house no more for me. Talk about being alone, sitting here by the phone, waiting for my memories to come and play. Rocking chair, love it. Oh, Salah. Salah's going to get man of the match, isn't he? He's going to get bonus points as well. Donny's got no chance of starting next week, Dusan. Absolutely none. Donny won't start. I don't think Donny will start a Premier League game before October. Maybe even November. You need to calm down. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. The next watch along is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's Spurs against Man City. Looking forward to that. Favourite player in United other than... I'm very tempted to do a match of the day watch along. Imagine that. I'm not that sad, but I am looking forward to match of the day. Yeah, Salah will win the man of the match. If you've got Salah and Bruno, you're absolutely laughing, aren't you? It's going to be a long, hard season for Norwich. It must be a really weird thing being a fan of Norwich, because you get promoted, you're really excited, you play your first few games, you realise it's going to be a long shit season. It's a bit like West Brom. I knew a West Brom fan a couple of years ago, a few years ago, and they actually said to me they like it when they're in the Championship because they win. Whereas when you're in the Premier League, it's a chore because you hardly ever win. Oh, what a save by Alisson. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable goalkeeping then. That is crazy. Crazy. How's he kept them out? That is crazy. Watch this for the save. It's point blank as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing it all. Newcastle versus West Ham watch along? Nope. Which teams do you want in the Champions League group stage? That's on Thursday. We'll have a live stream of the draw. It'll be a bloody long one though. Imagine if Haaland came to United next year. Mason Greenwood and Haaland giving me York and Cole vibes. I can see what Ollie's going for, says Neymar Sonnet, mate. I'm just taking every game at a time. I ain't thinking about next summer. Remember, there's still a bloody transfer window open now for everybody as well. is Salah. 5 minutes to go. Oh, it's the 26th, the Champions League draw. It's a couple of weeks away yet. Sorry about that. I was getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I think I can safely say Norwich are going to get relegated. Yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. I can't see... You know, you watch the Premier League and you think... I just think there's so many teams that are going to give them a pasting, really. A PSG playing tonight? No, I'm not doing a bloody watch-along. I can't be arsed with that. I think, you know, I'll watch PSG in the Champions League when they play in the Champions League, but God, I mean, it's so irrelevant watching PSG play in the French league. I don't know what the attraction is of that. It's bullying, really. That's what it is. I don't think United will buy a midfielder now. No, I didn't think they were going to do that before today anyway, but I don't think they will now. They don't need to. In their mind, they'll be like, we're fine. We've beaten Leeds. Do you still think Lukaku will get the golden boot? We want to see the match of the day. Watch along, Mark says John. Hey, mate, I've had a long day. I'll be watching that tucked up with a cup of hot chocolate and a bit of cheese. They've never looked like scoring apart from that one chance, Norwich. My brother is older than PSG, says Kreshnik. I mean, look, I'm not having that. I remember when George Weah used to play for PSG. I've been aware of PSG for years. Like Sensible World of Soccer, George Weah in the mid-90s, wasn't it? So I think Papin used to play for them. Jean-Pierre Papin, if you're old enough. He was a good striker. Played for Marseille, and I think he played for PSG as well. Famous PSG players from like the 90s. Hit me up. Here's Salah. Why didn't he shoot? Salah, think about the fancy Premier League points. Why didn't you shoot? I'm not even a bloody Liverpool fan, but this game's over. Just score the points. Get me the points. Bloody prat. Why did he try and square that to Mane? Oh, because we're mates. Forget mates. Think about my fancy Premier League points. Should have scored that. Jean-Pierre Papin. Okocha played for PSG. Beckham played for PSG. Yeah, but they were starting to be money bags then, weren't they? Al says, no, Salah don't shoot. Well, he didn't. Ronaldinho did play for PSG, yeah. Yeah, I remember George Weah playing for them, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a Spurs versus City watch along. Jeff will be live at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Yeah, Ronaldinho was at PSG before he went to Barcelona, yeah. Because that's where we nearly got him from for United. Who knows when did PSG become money bags? When did they get taken over? Was that before Ronaldinho? Or after? I won't have any cheese with hot chocolate. It's a disgusting combination. You're right. Finidi George, remember him? Played for Ajax as well, didn't he? European football was better in the 90s. It was much more of a level playing field. And like Ajax were a genuine contender for the Champions League. The Italian league was strong. That's full time, everybody. I'll save that conversation for another time because that's full time and I need to go and set up the stream for the United stand. But thanks everyone for watching. Nice to have a beer with you. 500,000 subscribers on this channel. Top right hand, left hand corner. bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Fantastic day, and I will see you on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. And if you're not going to join me on United Stand because you're not a United fan, you can join me on here tomorrow afternoon, 4:30, Man City against Spurs. Looking forward to it. Fantastic opening day. Match of the day is going to be fantastic later on. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing. I'll see you on United Stand if you're going to be on there. And I'll